Hey everyone, okay, got a great question on my Snapchat, BrianK019. So if you're not following me on there, definitely head over to my Snapchat. Basically, how can I jump higher and sprint faster for GAA? So I've done a couple of videos on this and I've answered a lot of questions on Snapchat about it. But there's a couple of things you can do. So in my Lean Body GAA program, there's different variations of the program. So depending on your goals, whether it's to build power, build speed, whether you're a hurler, footballer, camogie player, ladies footballer, whatever it is, there's different versions depending on your specific goals. But in terms of making yourself jump higher and sprint faster, they're kind of similar what you want to do. The key is going to be getting your glutes to fire and building in explosive movements into your program. So one of my favorite glute firing movements is a barbell box squat, where you go down on a slow negative and explode up on a positive, and then using movements like box jumps, different pop-ups from the floor, where you're getting your glutes to fire and you're getting your quads to fire so that you're able to literally jump off higher or take off quicker. When you want to jump off higher, I do a lot of explosive movements onto a box, where you're going for a high vertical jump on a box, because it's to improve my overall jump. Because I'm short, it's something I have to work on myself. If you play midfield or play half forward or center forward, it's also an area where you want to be particularly strong so that the ball doesn't literally go over you. If you can get half an inch or an inch higher in the air, that can be the difference between winning and losing in certain games, or difference between scoring and not scoring. So you want to build in explosive movements, build in your box jumps and build in your pop-ups from the floor alongside your barbell box squats and things like that are going to get your glutes to fire and get your quads to fire so you can explode up. In terms of building your speed then, the faster your glutes are able to fire and the more muscle memory you've built into that muscle group, the faster you're going to be able to take off. Another thing that I like to do is a little bit of footwork when you're working with your coaches on the field. Staying literally where you're moving side to side, keeping your hip flexors loose through recovery strategy is going to free up your entire hip range. So what happens is when your glutes are able to fire off quicker and your hips are loose and you're not stagnant and you're not too tight to your quads, you're going to be able to take off quicker because you're literally not going to be stagnant in one place. And in GAA and in most sports, it's the first 5-10 yards is what's going to make you, regardless of your position. You don't need to be that quick over a 100-meter sprint. You need to be really fast over 10-20 meters and beat your person to the ball. So the faster and the better you can get your glutes to fire. And by doing gym work that's based around firing through your glutes and doing movements and dynamic movements that are getting those glutes activated, they're going to fire automatically. If you're doing them 3 times a week in the gym, or 4 times a week depending on the program, or 5 times a week depending on the program at the time of the season you're in, if your glutes are so used to firing, when you go onto the pitch, it's going to be second nature. They're just going to trigger off and it's going to make you quicker. And then the recovery strategy with myofascial release through your quads and keeping your hip flexors loose so that you can twist and turn faster is also going to give you that extra 5 yards or 10 yards that you need. You put it all together and you're going to be able to perform better, you're going to be able to be faster, and you're going to be able to jump higher. But it's important to make sure that you're building your entire program based around that, because and then your nutritional strategy to make sure you're recovering. Because if you're doing all this gym work and you're doing your pitch gym sessions and you're doing games, if you're not recovering, you're not going to be able to put the intensity into each session. So make sure you get your nutrition on point, make sure you get your supplements right, your BCAAs, your whey protein, things that are going to speed up your recovery. And then when you build that into your training program, you're going to be faster, you're going to be able to jump higher, and you're going to be able to perform better for this entire season. So I hope this video helps. Please tag your teammates below, hoping they give you guys an edge coming into this new season. And if you're watching this on Facebook, I'll be replying to comments in the next 24 hours. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon.